guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be playing around with some makeup that's not necessarily new, not necessarily old, but not necessarily new, but it's new to me in terms of I haven't even opened it, I haven't broken the seal. I have a full face in front of me with a few tools and things like that that I've never used before. This actually has spiraled off of my previous full face of first impressions. I'll link it up in the eye. Yes, this side. Link it up in the eye for you. And it's literally me with the full face, even the tools, everything. It was a very long video, okay? So if you want to grab some popcorn and kind of sit down and watch that, there was kind of a feature film length video. I asked in my previous video, my last full face first impressions, if you guys wanted to see any of the products that I had left over and I didn't use from that video, and if you wanted to see them, to comment down below and then I'd use them in this video. One of you guys said you wanted to see the Bybi Strawberry Booster Seed Oil, or that you had it and that you would want to know what my thoughts were on it as well. So I'll be using that because you guys mentioned that. And another one of you wanted to see the Natasha Denona Gold palette, which I'm really excited to play with this palette as well. And then, who was it? Someone in my personal life asked me about the BarryM blusher palette, and I was like, I actually have that as in my basket, so I'll try that. And then I have some other new products like the Dominique Cosmetics Skin Glow, like skin gloss highlighter situation. I have the Jouer Cosmetics concealer sticks. I recently bought these. I have the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. I still haven't tried this. And just some other products, you know, that I've never tried before. So yeah, without further ado, should we get into this? I want to put my hair back, so be prepared for me to look like a little egg. Now, to hydrate my face, like I said, I'm going to go into the Bybi, or is it Bybi? Bybi or BB? Bybi, I think it is, because it's like BYBI. Bybi? Please correct me, I don't know. Bybi Strawberry Booster 100% cold pressed strawberry seed oil. This is all like natural ingredients, so the only ingredient in here is strawberry seed oil. That is the only ingredient. This packaging is made out of 100% recycled materials. It's 100% natural, certified vegan and cruelty free, which is amazing. And it's basically really good for the earth because the packaging is obviously made from recycled materials. It is recyclable because it's cardboard, and I believe, yeah, this is a glass bottle, so it can be recycled again. It says to use to boost your existing skincare routine by either applying a few drops directly onto your face or to your moisturiser or serum. Goes on like a dry oil, so it can be used day or night. Ooh, it's not like I was expecting it to smell. It smells a little bit like rosehip oil, if you've ever tried that. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this, put it in my hands maybe. Oh, it does feel like a dry oil. I have got a very dry skin, and I'm hoping this doesn't ruin my foundation today, but we can only try. Luckily it's a dry oil. It might sink into my skin a bit more rather than sitting on the top. Just be aware that if you are wearing this at night time, it might transfer onto your pillow. For reference, it just looks like this. Hopefully my camera's focusing enough for you to be able to see the product. It comes in this really cute pink dropper. Again, it doesn't smell like anything in particular. It's a cute size, it's a really nice size, and yeah, I really like that. That's a nice product. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my makeup too much. It feels like it's sinking in nicely. I feel like my skin doesn't look greasy at all. It just looks nice and hydrated. I like that. I think I'm going to go with eyeshadow first and then foundation today, so in case there's any fallout. This is the Natasha Gold palette. It is, whoa, it's very gold. And inside, this is what the palette looks like. I'm sure you've seen this tons and times before. It's not new. It smells new though. It's not new on the market. It's new to me. I have never touched this palette before. I have been waiting this opportune moment for someone to want me to play around with this on camera. And one of you said you did. And that was enough for me. I don't actually use eye primer on an everyday basis. I do own eye primers, but I don't really use eye primers unless I'm going out clubbing. And Lord knows that I don't do that. But I am going to prime my eyelids in some capacity. I have the Jouer, I don't know, Essential High Coverage Concealer Pen. I have mine in the shade Lace and Wheat. Wheat is really great for my face usually, but I got Lace because it's one shade darker. So let's just colour match and see what will work better. So they just look like this in this sort of very concealer Penny Fashion. Wheat looks like a better tone for under my eyes, and I think we'll go for Lace on the top of the eyes, I think. Lace is just a little bit lighter than Wheat. Wheat is a bit darker, and I don't actually like too much of a brightened colour under my eyes. I like it to be one shade lighter than my foundation. I don't like it to be like 3 times lighter. So I'm going to use Wheat under my eyes and Lace on the top of my eyelids, just because why not, to be honest with you. I've zoomed you in a bit so hopefully you can actually see. So I'm taking the concealer pen, and oh, it's kind of good for the inner corner actually, so it's got that pointed tip like that. I do own the Jouer high coverage concealer, like liquid concealer, and I really like that concealer for under my eyes and all over the face. It's a really nice concealer, so I'm kind of hoping I like these ones too. I do have a beauty blender. I know I've never tried a beauty blender before. How dare I even call myself a beauty makeup YouTuber. It is creasing a little bit, but that's okay because we're about to put shadow on it. So let's go into the, I've made it all messy now with my sticky hands. There we go. The Natasha Denona Gold palette. This is a pretty spinny palette, okay? It's pretty spinny, but it looks like this. It looks very wearable. I love a good gold, and I love green toned golds as well. I kind of want to go into these greeny golds as well, like not go for this gold, but go for like some of these. These look pretty exciting. So I'm going to go into this shade here, which is called Sandstone. This one right here on my big floofy brush. And I'm just going to take this and run this through the crease. Let's just blend out that concealer first because it's going to set funny. And let's just blend this through the crease. I'm going to take a little smaller blending brush and go into the shade Dijon, which is, I hate this little flappy thing. This one right here. It's kind of the shade of Dijon mustard, which is probably why it's called Dijon. But I'm going to take this and kind of just focus this in the crease. Not taking it up too far, but kind of just really giving this crease a yellowy, mustardy vibe. I have no idea. Dijon-y vibe. This is the shade Lime Chrome. So like a reflecty sort of shade. That's really cool. This is the shade Aurora, which is more of a turquoisey green, blue base brown sort of shade. And then this one is Brass. Oh my god, it has to be that one, surely. Maybe we'll just dip into these two. Ooh, Oro. Oh, I can't believe that just happened. I've just destroyed the colour Brass with my makeup pot, my brush pot, and it has crumpled the entire thing. So in order to save this, I'm going to apply this straight onto my face. I'm actually gutted. I've still got Oro swatched on my hand. Bear with. I'm going to just shove this on my eye quickly. Well, that took a turn, didn't it? I'm so gutted that I did that. That's so frustrating. What I was going to say was, this is the shade Oro. Oh my god, look how dented that is. That's so frustrating. The shade Oro, this beautiful true gold. And if I just swatch that here. Oh, see, that's really beautiful as well. I might apply this one like towards the outer corner with a brush, and then kind of deepen up the whole look with this blue colour here called Python. Let's do that. I'm going to go into the shade Aurora, this one right here, with my little packing brush that I have. I do like this shade. I was nervous that this bluey colour wouldn't actually show up on the eyes, especially on top of this golden colour, but actually it is layering really nicely. Nicer than I expected it to. I'm going to go into the shade Python. This springy thing is so frustrating. The shade Python, pat this on the outer corner and just deepen up the look. But I don't want to cover up that Aurora shade. I just want to kind of really smoke out on the outer corner there. I'm going to go back into the shade Dijon. This one right here. And I'm going to kind of just tidy this area up where all the shades are kind of flicked up a bit. And I want to try and blend that Python shade out on the top end. There's so many micro glitters. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, it might have been my application, like the really heavy application of that Brass shade. but there's a lot of micro glitters, so perhaps a glitter glue would be great if you don't enjoy the glitters everywhere. I'll be honest with you, I don't enjoy micro glitters all over my eyes. That's just a personal preference. I find it looks kind of messy, but that's just me. I'm going to go into this white shade since it's kind of like the only real inner corner highlight. It is a duochrome and it's called Sparks. Let me swatch it for you. Oh, it's really pretty. That is really pretty. Let me just swatch it on the back of my hand. Ooh, it's kind of like a sheer but glossy look. And it's like an undertone of yellow but a reflect of white. That's pretty. And I might put this on the brow bone as well. Oh god, that is quite glittery though. Holy moly, we're going for it. Oh damn, that's too glittery for my liking. I'm going to take like a little liner brush and I'm going to go into the matte shade Log, which is the darker brown. And I'm going to go into this to kind of define my lashes. For primer, I'm going to go into the NYX Angel Veil Primer. Now, I have heard so many good things about this primer, and it's not even, it's like really old. Like the primer that I have in my hand isn't old, but the primer itself is not a new primer. It's been around for blimmin' donkeys. So yeah, the NYX Angel Veil, it comes like this. It's actually quite expensive. Well, it's not expensive. I mean, when you compare it to, ew, it's like a poopy one. It comes out like fish poo. Okay. How much do I need? This much? Maybe? Oh, it's quite thick. Oh, damn. Okay, let's just work with this first. We can always add. We cannot take away. Yeah, this primer's been around for a while. It's about £13, something like that. It's over £10. It's like £13 for this primer. And you get, oh, you do get 1 fluid ounce. So this Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer is supposed to treat your skin to this velvety primer. It feels lighter than a cloud and leaves your skin feeling divine. That didn't actually tell me what to do, but I think it's just like a base, like it's supposed to smooth your skin out and just kind of make it look really airbrushed. For foundation, I have the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. I have mine in the shade 30NN. It might be a drag down the neck day today, but I've actually got a beauty blender to apply this. I have never tried the beauty blender. I know, it's like swearing to all the makeup lovers. I've never tried one, simply because I kind of refuse to pay £20 for a goddamn sponge when I can pay £8 for a duo from EcoTools. EcoTools sponges are the bomb. They're beautiful to look at. The colour's divine. They last a long time. They're a cute little shape. Real Techniques is a lovely sponge and that's like £5. I don't even think it's that. It might be less than that. And you can buy them in like multi-packs. You can buy them in like multi-packs for like 4 for £18, and that's the same price as one beauty blender. It's very, very squishy. I've never used it before. I'm very intrigued to see what the hype is about. I've never used one before, so I feel like I'm going to give you my raw impression if I think a beauty blender is worth it or not. I'm going to go dampen this because obviously it's better damp. Okay, I'm back. I have wet the sponge. Look how big it is. It was much bigger than I was expecting it to be, or maybe I just have a smaller face than I thought. So this is the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. It's the weightless liquid foundation. It wears up to 24 hours. It's flexible, breathable, real skin matte finish, medium buildable coverage, does not transfer, big claim, minimises the appearance of pores, stays true to colour, waterproof, and its vegan formula does not contain animal derived ingredients or byproducts, which is what vegan means. Okay, cool. I didn't realise that was so full of claims. I just thought it was like a nice naked looking foundation. I like the packaging. I don't like that it's plastic. I find that's kind of cheapy. I'd have preferred a glass bottle, and also with glass I can wash it and just chuck it in the recycling. Let's just pray to God that this is not too dark. Please don't be dark. Please don't be too dark. Right, got 2 pumps here. I might just be very lucky. It might just be like a hair off, which, to be honest with you, I'll take. Okay, in with the beauty blender. Here I go. So far, it just feels like a nice sponge. It's denser than the Real Techniques sponge. If you've never tried the Real Techniques sponge, that one's quite fluffy. It's quite fluffy. This one is a little bit denser. It reminds me of the Unicorn Cosmetics sponge in its feel. I think I've actually got quite a decent match for myself actually. Okay, it's like a hair too dark, but to be honest with you, I can just shove a tiny bit of my bronzing liquid from Dr. Hauschka on my neck. I have used 2 pumps of this already, but the product was quite like soaked up by this beauty blender. I did wet that beauty blender like properly. I'm going to go in with another 2 pumps. Distribute the product with my finger first, because perhaps that will stop it being soaked up as much. That's my hypothesis. I feel like I have colour matched okay. I'm going to go back into the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer Pens. I'm going to go into the shade Wheat. And let's put this on the under eyes and try and clean up this eyeshadow as well with it. I'll be interested to see if I like this under the under eyes, because sometimes stick concealers can be quite thick and I won't enjoy them under the under eyes, but sometimes they can be really creamy. This one is very creamy. I blended it out with a brush last time, so let's see about this sponge. I can't zoom in anymore, so hopefully you can see what's going on here, but this is nice. This concealer's like dewy, but not overly. It's just like a really, really nice, like satiny sort of natural finish. Maybe we just put a little bit of lace right here. I like that. I really, really like that. I think that's nice. It's blended out much nicer with the sponge than with the brush. With the brush it was tiny bit cakey, but with the sponge it looks really nice. I feel like it just looks really healthy, really natural, and has just taken away any darkness that I have here. Obviously I have got shadow underneath as well, so it's covered the shadow nicely. Because it's got like this tip here, I can really follow the line that I wanted to go in. Whereas with a liquid, sometimes you can do that, but then the excess product kind of like gets in the eye. So I really like these concealers. I'm going to take that lace shade just a tiny bit on my nose, just like that, almost as if I was contouring, kind of like reverse contouring, and just a tiny bit on my moustache area, because that is where I get quite a lot of darkness. If you have any tips of how to get rid of darkness around your like moustache area, please tell me. I do shave it like with a little tinkle razor, but I get quite like a shadow, like some sort of boy, and I don't enjoy it. Okay, for powder I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter Powder. Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in the shade 1. This is the newest powder I have. I have already tried this, I have already worn it, but it's the newest powder I have, and to be honest with you, I don't apply enough powder to warrant buying one just for this video. So I'm just gonna carefully just kind of set my face. I don't want too much. This is a matte foundation anyway, so I'm kind of just setting the concealer a little bit. I'm just gonna go back to my under eyes. I'm gonna go into the shade Sandstone, this one right here, and just kind of run this on my lower lash line. I'm also gonna go back into Sparks, the white shade, and just kind of go over that inner corner highlight we gave ourselves. I know it is glittery, but it'll just help brighten the inner corner up a little bit more. I'm happy with that. I'll come back to the eyes in a minute. I'm going to do bronzer, blush, highlight and all of that sort of stuff. I'm going to go into the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow powder. I have swatched this, but I've never actually used it on my skin. It's the mini. It's about £16, and you can get like the mini blush and glow as well, which is like a bubble pink blush, like baby pink, bubblegum pink blush, and like a whitey pink reflect highlight. The Bronze and Glow one is this beautiful creamy warm toned bronzer, and this golden highlight, which is a little bit too dark for me. If I am tanned, it's okay, but when I'm not tanned, it's just a bit too golden for me. Like you can see, it's just a tiny bit too deep for me right now. Really, really pretty, really, really natural. But today I just want to dip into this bronzer. I feel like it's a really tiny pan to kind of like dip a bronzer brush into, so it's a bit of a struggle. Like the highlight's not so bad, like I can fit a highlighting brush in there no problem, but the bronzer's just a tiny bit too small. But I was watching a fellow YouTuber, Nima Tang, and I recently watched one of her videos of her trying out, oh that's a beautiful tone, wow, I'm hoping to bronzer by the way. I watched one of her videos of like trying different bronzers from Sephora, and she tried like 17 different bronzers and none of them bronzed her. Now Nima is, I hope I'm saying that right, it's not Nima, it's definitely Nima. definitely Nima. She is a woman of darker skin complexion, and I'd say more like a really rich espresso. Oh my goodness, her skin is like beautiful. Like as in everything, you know, she's just beautiful. So if you haven't checked her out, go check her out, because just, you know, people have really nice faces, like you're just like, you have such a beautiful face, god damn, why? That's so unfair. But she has got such a beautiful, beautiful rich tone to her skin, and she tried out all these bronzers and none of them bronzed her. None of them. They were all like bloody, it's like me putting talcum powder on. They were just like, you know, the difference. And she showed the camera what she does use to kind of was it bronze or contour? Bronze. It was definitely bronze. She showed the camera what she used to bronze, and it was an eyeshadow, I kid you not, maybe a bit smaller than this. I'm so angry that there's girls out there that can't even find anything in a makeup shop to bronze them. No girl, no boy, no one, my point being, should have to go to an eyeshadow palette to find a bronzer. Oh, it just annoyed me so much. Anyway, my point being is, there I am being a little bitch moaning about this, having to use this one bronzer because it's tiny, but Nima has to use that all the time for some of her bronzers, and I'm just so disappointed by that. Like, makeup world just still isn't inclusive enough, and I really wish it was, because it's just, yeah, it'd be such a better place. I'm going to go into the BarryM blusher palette. One of my friends asked me if I had used this before, because there was like 4 blushes in it, and they were like, have you used that before? Because I'd really like to know if it's any good. And I said I had it, and I haven't tried it yet, so I thought we'd try this out today. This blusher palette is actually so cheap. I think they sell it for like £5, something like that. The blushes don't have a shade, it's literally just like 1, 2, 3, 4. I have no idea which is 1. But we're gonna go for kind of just like dot around, do it all together. Ooh, no, that's kind of pretty. I think I want the, actually, I think I'm gonna go for more of this shade. Maybe dip into this one. That one's a bit too severe, and just a tiny bit of that. It's like buildable, it's quite nice. They're quite powdery, if I'm gonna be really honest. Which I don't really like a powdery blush too much, simply because I find that it kind of makes my skin look a bit dry and it kind of fluffs everywhere in the palette, but you know, it's alright. It's not like the worst blush I've ever tried. I won't lie, probably won't reach for a ton. It's a little bit powdery, but it looks cute. I have the Dominique Cosmetics skin gloss. I'm so excited for these skin glosses. I have mine in the shade Golden Dew. What a lovely name. What a lovely name. Look at the packaging as well. I have like this one hair that keeps coming back to haunt me. Look how beautiful the packaging is. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. I've already swatched it because I wanted to check it was the right shade before I jumped onto this video and embarrassed myself. But it's got like this clear packaging, so you can see the colour on the back. So if you had more than one colour, because she has 4 of these colours. I was going to get another one, it was like amber or something like that, and it was more like a peachy toned, but I didn't know if I liked the consistency or not first, so I thought I'd pick up the shade that I thought would suit me the best first. La 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 la. But you can see like the colour in the back, and I really love that. So if she ever comes out with like blushes and bronzers and they all look the same, for instance, Dominique, if that's what you're planning, I'm gonna buy them because it's gorgeous. But what beautiful packaging. Like, she has shown the industry how you do clear packaging, and it's even got a mirror, done right. Like, look at this. She has like Dominique Cosmetics printed here, beautiful and clear. It's clear here. It's just done well. It's just done well. I'm gonna rub my finger in this gloss. Ooh, look at it. I don't think it's gonna be beaming. Hopefully it like goes well over powder. Oh, okay. Liquid highlighters are nice with a sponge because it kind of like soaks up the liquidness of it. But I always love cream highlighters with my finger. It's just, I feel like it's the best way to apply it. Apart from the nose, I always like to apply it with my finger and go over it with a sponge. Don't know why, I just always have. It's like melted into my skin really nicely. I'd say it probably would look better on top of a product that wasn't powder, if I'm really real. But yeah, just on top of cream products would probably look a little bit better, Cream products tend to do that. They work nicer with each other. For brows, I actually don't have a new brow pencil, but the new product I have is the 3D brow tones. I think I'm going to just go in with the Mascara My Brow Pencil, and then I'll come back to show you the 3D brow tones. So bear with, I'm just going to go do my brows with this Beautimus brow pencil, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm 100% sure that these brows are sisters and not twins. But I'm going to go into the Benefit 3D brow tones. This is in the shade 2. I actually used the shade 3 on my brows, but you're supposed to go a shade lighter because it's supposed to like give your brows like this sexual tone. I don't know. It's supposed to give you like brows, this beautiful tone to them. Wish me luck. Oh my god, please look good. Please look good. It doesn't make them look so flat, I suppose. Like actually when you compare this brow to this brow, this one looks like it has a little bit more dimension than this one. It does make it look a little hair, like a hair warmer, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can't honestly say how I feel about this. I feel like it's added dimension, and I feel like it's made my brows look really fluffy, and actually when I turn my head they look glossy. Oh actually no, they've made my brow hairs look really nice. From afar, I'm not gonna lie, like you cannot tell the difference. From afar, I might as well have had nothing in my brows. In fact, they've made my eyebrows look a little bit blondier. But up close, they've got like this cute sheen on them. It makes it look like I've conditioned my brows. Okay, I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this. I'm aware of how long this video is, and I'm so sorry. I'm going to really quickly go into the Benefit Roller Lash Eyeliner. This is brand new. This is the brown colour. Well, yeah, it's in the shade brown. What I love about the roller liner is like the tip. Can you see how sharp and long that is? So you can really make a good wing out of this. I don't know if those wings are even, but I can say that I'm very impressed by this roller liner. I'm very impressed indeed. It looks really pretty. I have got a mascara, but I am going to spritz my face before that because I find that sometimes mascara can stick to places and ruin my makeup. So I've got this spray. It is the L'Oreal Shake and Glow Spray Illuminator Luminous Setting Spray. It looks like this, really cute pink bottle, really nice, really sleek looking, nice and slim. It says 24-hour hydration, so I'm feeling like with the mattifying makeup but with the skin gloss, we can make this base look nice and dewy again. Love the mist already. It's made my skin look so beautiful. That skin gloss is stunning because it doesn't have a base necessarily to it, so it doesn't make my cheeks look, oh my god, like, oh my goodness, my skin, it looks like I have makeup on, don't get me wrong, but it looks good. It looks very good. Okay, I'm going to apply this mascara. It's a brand new mascara. It's also a mini. What's going on back here? I also have a mini mascara, okay. It's the Damn Girl 24-hour mascara by Too Faced. The packaging, let me just talk about this real quick before we dive into this. The packaging is so pretty. This is actually like what the full size looks. This is the mini obviously, but look how pretty this looks. I can't get rid of this. It's like a little gem. Oh my god, that's massive. This is a big brush, you guys. This might be one of those mascaras that needs a second coat, and on the second coat it's like phenomenal. It's not my favourite. It's not my favourite at all. Like for a high, like I would consider this a high-end mascara. Like a mascara that's above £15, like edging into the £20, is a high-end mascara in my view. Like 20 quid mascara is a lot of money. And I just don't know if it's doing enough for me to warrant it being that price tag, you know? Okay, I've got some unicorn lashes. Love unicorn lashes. I have the shape Unicorn Flutter or Bubble Pop. I think I'm going to go into the shape Bubble Pop. They have like these really beautiful clusters, and I feel like that would look really nice. And I love the packaging they come in. It is plastic, but at least I can travel with this and I can reuse the packaging because you can just like tip the plastic right out and reuse it. So I do love that. And if I ever want to buy a multi-pack, which I probably will now that I've tried out their lashes, I can travel them. So this is the shape Bubble Pop. I'm going to go away, apply it with my favourite lash glue, the Revlon Precision Clear Lash Glue, and I will be right back. These lashes are beasts. Look at the size of this hunkin' lash. I did have to trim off a tiny bit off of each one. Oof, unicorn lashes. My god, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. So last but not least, we have lips. I feel like this has been a roller coaster of a journey, you guys. I'm going to quickly apply my MAC Boldly Bare lip pencil because I don't have a new lip pencil to share. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I just don't have one. I really wanted to try the Miracle Matte Lip by Flower Beauty, and I just feel like this kind of, it might go. I've got mine in the shade Bare Honey. It just looks like a really beautiful rosy toned pink, so, oh damn, that's lighter than I was expecting. Okay, let's work with it. This has got such a weird consistency. It's like really cold and really whipped. It reminds me of icing sugar or cornflour. It's cornflour, it smells really nice. Okay, so that's the lip colour. It's actually a really gorgeous lip colour. I'm not sure if it's a bit too pink with this eye. Like, it might just be a tiny bit too pinky and not apricot-y enough. I was hoping it would be, well actually it kind of looks identical to the tube, so I don't know what I was expecting, but it's a really nice colour. Though I am going to top it off with a gloss. I've got 3 Fenty gloss bombs that I am still yet to try. I've got the shade Cheeky, which is, whoa, I nearly just glopped it everywhere. Cheeky is this going to be really odd? There we go. Is this red shade here. I think this is going to be too red for this look. I have then got Pretty Please, bright Barbie pink, that shade there. And then I've got Hot Chocolit, which I think is what I'm going to put on my lips today. And it's this beautiful brown gloss. So that's them up close. I think the pink's way too pink. This might neutralise it, but I'm scared it's going to be too red. So I think I'm going to go in with the brown. That's juicy. Oh, I feel sexy. I'm not even gonna go and say that I don't. I feel pretty. I feel really pretty. Yeah. I love when makeup can make me go from a little boiled egg to feeling really good about myself. And isn't that the point of makeup, to feel good about yourself? This skin, I'm not mad at it. I think that setting spray has just like melted everything beautifully, like beautifully into my skin, and I'm not mad at it. So let's just do a quick speed review of everything, okay? Speed review time. Let's go backwards. The gloss, I knew I love the gloss formulation. This Hot Chocolate colour, beautiful. I think it tones down anything to more of a brownie tone, which is actually really handy, because when you want to tone down a pink, for example, it just gives it a little bit of brownie warmth, and I feel like it's just matched and kind of sunk in that pinkness. So really like this gloss. The Flower Beauty lip colour was such a different formula. I've never tried a formula like it. It's like a whipped formula, but it feels like it's almost got corn flour in it by the scent of it to make it matte. But it was such a comfortable matte. It didn't dry down. It felt like just a lipstick, but it was matte and it was really cold to apply. Yeah, first impressions, which is what this video is, I love it. The mascara I wasn't completely hyped about, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think it did enough. I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy this. I think it's like thickening, but equally it's quite clumpy. So then my lashes were separating and it wasn't lengthening. So I'm not sure if it's for me. The lashes that I currently have on, I love unicorn lashes. I think they are so nice. If you're after a big lash, go, they have you covered. These were in the shape Bubble Pop, like I said, and I feel really great about them. They are good quality lashes. Love. Whilst we're on the topic of eyes, the Natasha Denona Gold Palette. Beautiful tones in here. Really wearable. I will say, if you do not like micro glitters inside your eyeshadows, you might want to skip on this. You might want to go somewhere else. There are a lot of micro glitters all over this look right now. My whole lid is glittery. My whole lid is glittery. Obviously, if you avoid the glittery shades in Total, like the mattes are really nice, but I feel like why would you avoid the 9 glittery ones and just buy this for 6 mattes? Like, you wouldn't do that. So if you don't like micro shimmers, I would pass on this. It's pretty. I don't regret buying it, but I wouldn't purchase it again if it disappeared out of my life. And I hope that gives you kind of the synopsis of how I'm feeling about it. It's beautiful. I like it. I'm happy to have it. I'm happy to play around with it. I'm excited to play around with these tones next time instead of these tones. However, I would not replace it in a hurry if it went missing, simply because I think I just like other makeup palettes just as much that are in this tone. So yeah, it's okay. I've got to say, the eyeliner I really liked. I love Benefit Roller Liner. I think it's a really great line. It's got a lovely application tip, really easy to make a sharp wing with this tip. Really like it, and I love the brown as well. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. Obviously for the brows, the only thing I used was the 3D brow tones. I'm going to have to try this again. I think it makes my eyebrows look lovely and conditioned and like fluffy and like shiny looking almost. But I think I'm going to have to use it a couple of times more. On first impressions, I like it. I just wouldn't repurchase it again because I'm like, oh, it's not like changing my world. It's not rocking my world, but it's not a bad... It's not like what I'd consider a gel. I probably want to have a fixer gel into my eyebrows now to kind of fix them into place. But it's different. I don't dislike it. I think I'm going to have to try around with it more. But at this stage, I wouldn't repurchase it again. Kind of like the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. It's lovely. But I don't know if I'd repurchase it if it suddenly went missing tomorrow. I'm not that desperate to play around with it again. But it was interesting. It's an interesting concept and I will definitely use it. We have the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow. Really love the tone of this bronzer. Really nice. I probably won't buy the full size because I don't really want to spend money on the full size. It's not the end of the world that you can't fit your big brush in here. I still managed to do it. The highlight is very nice if you think this is going to suit you. It's nice. It's £16 for the two, so if you wanted to own something from Natasha Denona, it's probably the most affordable thing that she does. So this was nice. It's not the best I've ever tried, but it's nice. You won't be disappointed by it. The BarryM blusher palette is lovely. It's not my favourite blusher formula by any means. Wouldn't purchase it if it went missing. I probably won't be using this in a hurry, but if I was going to do a full face of drugstore makeup, or you don't have a very big budget and you want to have a selection of shades, you won't be disappointed by this. I think this is quite nice. It does look lovely and peachy on my cheeks. My blusher looks nice. It's not too cakey or powdery. It is very nice, and it layered on top of my other products very nicely. So it's not a bad product. It's probably just like not the best blusher palette I've ever bought, but it's not the worst by any means. So yeah, it's a very nice dinky blusher size palette. You know, it's a good size. It's a very good size for this much of your face. The Skin Gloss by Dominique Cosmetics. Oh, girls, boys, are you seeing my face right now? This is stunning. I might purchase a darker shade, like they have a peachier shade as well. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should just use what I have. Stop it, Megan. I really like this. I think this looks gorgeous. I think it would look even nicer layered on top of just cream products. I think it would melt into the skin more. I also think following that, this spray is gorgina. If you have dry skin, there's that hair again. If you have dry skin and you want products to melt into your face a bit more, this is a really good spray to try. Highly recommend this spray on first impressions. Really like this, and I feel like it helped this product melt into the skin a bit more because I feel like my skin just looks beautiful and polished. Speaking of skin, the Stay Naked foundation by Urban Decay and the Jouer concealers, love them both. I think this is... it's matte, but it's not like matte. It's like a demi matte finish, I'd say. It's like a very satin matte finish. Not satin, but satin matte. So it's not like cakey looking, but equally it does look like you've powdered your face. It's a nice foundation. I think I've got a good shade match. Again, like I said, my neck is a little bit pale, so I would have to bronze a little bit. But this is a really good shade match for me. And I think with the 20NN, it would have been like nicer for my neck, but then it would have been too pale when I'm a little bit more tan, so you can never win, can you? The Jouer concealers, I love these concealers. I don't own clicky up concealers, and I mean, they're metal. They're really good quality. I'm glad I got two shades. I'm glad I used Lace here and then Wheat on the rest of my eyes, because I feel like it just gave quite a natural effect. The under eyes don't look creasy whatsoever. Obviously we did set with the Charlotte Tilbury powder. I love this powder. I have it in shade 2 medium or light. I think it's shade 2 light. This is shade 1 fair. And I already knew I liked the formula, so I really like that powder. But these concealers are actually really nice. They're so creamy, they're rich, they're what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they have coverage. They're pigmented. Jesus. They're pigmented, they're creamy, they're blendable. Really like them. I'd highly recommend them. And I think you'd really enjoy them if you enjoy a little bit more of a fuller coverage concealer. And you don't want a liquid concealer. These are actually really nice and they're really precise. You don't have to use a lot of product. I really like them. I particularly liked them with a sponge more than I did a brush, however. So I feel like if you were to apply them with a brush, you might not like them as much as you would with a sponge. With a sponge, these blended out beautifully. With a brush, they were a little bit skippy on the eyelids, but I mean, it doesn't bother me too much. As far as the Beauty Blender goes, my first impressions of the Beauty Blender is I ain't gonna be paying £18 for a fresh Beauty Blender every 2 or 3 months. Absolutely not. Like, it's nice. The nicest part about this whole Beauty Blender is the tip and the ability to get into the tear duct, like right here. Apart from that, the base is nice, but to be honest with you, I feel like this just feels exactly like my Unicorn Cosmetics one. And to be honest with you, I'd go as far to say as my Unicorn Cosmetics sponge has a tip that I can just squeeze anyway. So it's nice. I can see why people enjoy these sponges. I will not be repurchasing this sponge when it is time for it to disappear to the bin. It's just not, no sponge, nothing that you throw away after a couple of months is worth £18, not in my books anyway. So if you want to spend that on a sponge, that is completely up to you. Of course, it's up to you what you spend your money on. I personally won't be spending my money on an £18 sponge, not when there's £5 sponges and less in the market. Oh god, I'm so sorry if I've missed anything. I think this is it after these two things. So this is the Angel Veil Primer and the Bybi Beauty Strawberry Booster Cold Pressed Strawberry Seed Oil. The oil is actually really nice and I was nervous that everything was going to break up on it. I feel like this was a risky move using this. I feel like everything could have gone downhill after using an oil on my face, but I feel like actually it hydrated enough to layer my makeup on it again, and I'm really impressed by this oil. It's really nice. I love the ethics of the company. I don't think it is expensive at all. I think it's around the £10 mark, this oil, which is really fair price. Going on to the primer. Is this overhyped? Is this not? I'm not sure. It smooths my face out beautifully. It has like that dimethicone feel. My pores are practically invisible right now, which suits me. I'm not sure if it's one of my favourite primers I've ever used on the planet. I'll be really honest with you, like I don't know if it's worth the price. But if it's on offer, I'll certainly buy it again. It's not a bad primer. I think I'll definitely use this up. In fact, I know I'll definitely use this up because it's nice and I enjoyed using it. I feel like it gave me a really nice base to play around with. It smoothed my skin out and that's really nice without drying as well. It smoothed my skin out without drying my face out, which I appreciate. And that is it, folks. That is it. I feel like we've been here for over an hour. In fact, we have. I've been filming now for nearly 2.5 hours. So hopefully this video isn't more than half an hour. I will of course list everything I used in the description bar below, so if you are curious as to what I used, you misheard what I said, or you were curious of what shade I used in what, I will put everything in the description bar below of what I used, so go down there. I always list what I have on my face in every single video, and if you have any questions, queries, or you just want to chat to me down below in the comments. I'd really appreciate that. I love talking to you guys. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Like I said, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already and ring the bell, because then you'll be notified of all the videos I upload. I upload every single week and you wouldn't want to miss out on more content from me. No, you would not. Thank you guys for watching. Thumbs this video up if you have enjoyed. Talk to me down below. I love it so much and I will see you in my next one. Bye.